Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Phalanges.
And I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty.
Welcome to the MouseCast podcast for the week of Friday, April 4th. I got it right this time. This week we're talking about G-Wolves has Buddha bracelets to improve your game.
Of course they do. And I hate April Fools, as well as hating how Attack Shark handled the R5 Ultra controversy.
Oh yeah, okay. So guys, new episode every Friday. Subscribe, hit the bell or whatever, or don't. I don't know. We have a Discord link in the description below. Um Daz, as always, boxers or briefs, and what's on your desk right now?
Briefs all day long. I've got a Vaxi Sora that I bought on Mouse Market that came in about 4 hours ago. And then I pulled out the Energon because I haven't in a long time and I want to see if I actually dislike it or not. So,
Okay, cool. Yeah. I actually do want to get that Energon back when the Matrova pads come in because I want to compare. I'm guessing it's going to be the Breeze is going to be like that. Um, anyway,
but I was the Breeze is faster, especially broken in from what I've heard.
yeah.
But
So, for me, definitely briefs. Though I used to be a boxers guy back in the day. On my desk right now is the James Donkey RSR5S. Apparently, that's a different version with a 3395. This mouse is fantastic. I weight modded it. Holy crap. I did a live unboxing that I'll talk about later. Great little mouse for the price. And then also a mystery pad with no branding that came in. It's actually really nice. I didn't learn until later. It is a Matrova Balance X. So Matrova messaged me, Levi messaged me on Discord being like, hey, the tracking info for your current order is wrong. You're going to receive someone else's pad. And I was like, okay, what do you want me to do with it? I received it. It has like a very small defect in the base where like it wasn't fully stitched around. It's totally durable, but it does look kind of bad. So he's like, yeah, we sent the guy a new one, so you just keep this one. So I have a
nice.
free Balance X that you can probably have someday, Daz.
Also, the answer is boxer briefs, not just, yeah. So,
Oh yeah, not whitey tighties. No,
yeah,
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 boxer
yeah.
briefs all day long. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about Buddha bracelets. So this is an April Fool's thing, right? Because this popped up April Fool's. But the thing is, they're actually selling these, okay? And Boards
I thought
even.
this was up before April Fools.
Oh, was it? I don't know. Is there a way to
Maybe not.
check? I don't know. Okay. So let's scroll through the pictures. G Wolves, though, I'm not at all surprised that they would try something artsy fartsy like this. They're just kind of an out there brand. Incense ash from the Lama Temple. Place it near doors, windows, or tables to ward off misfortune and attract wealth. Hell yeah, dude. I want to be a
Wordsy's tweet was March 20th. So,
March 20th. Okay, wow, it was way before. This is not an April Fool's. I have it under the April Fool's topics. You want to see what they say about this, though? This is interesting. So, I don't want to poo poo on this because, like, this is like a Buddhist thing. So, if that's what you believe, cool. But the context around, like, a gaming mouse company with. with the customer service rep Jim who like can't stay off of our mothers and he has to selling these bracelets that like promote good energy, royal prayers, material origins, Buddhist energy. So they're made by monks in the Yonghi Temple who chant for 7 days, combining incense ash with porcelain and glass materials according to the proportions outlined in the Sculpture Measuring Sutra. The beads are fired in an ancient kiln, yada yada. Why choose our bracelets? Royal Dharma certification. Okay, very cool. I don't want to sound like an ad for this. I guess here's people at the temple. So it's a real place. It's a real thing, maybe. I did Google Translate this, and it's just like a history plaque of the place, and it's kind of interesting. And what was the thing that I found funny was the FAQ was funny. Can the bracelet get wet? Is this a question you had frequently cross your mind?
no, what?
Well, the answer is the bracelet can briefly come into contact with water, but avoid soaking it. Take it off before swimming or showering.
What
Okay.
happens if I suck it? Does it stop working?
Just Can I wear the bracelet while sleeping? It is recommended to remove it while sleeping. Before sleeping, place it by your bedside or under your pillow facing northwest to encourage peaceful dreams.
What if it defines facing on a bracelet?
Facing. Yeah, I know, right? Wait, hold up. Is that
The
where
like
the
little
the
charms, I
main
guess,
nugget the main nugget faces
or the
northwest?
one that dangles off the.
The dangleberry faces
Yeah.
northwest.
Mm.
And then I loved there's 6 prohibitions, okay? In case you didn't know how to use the bracelet. You need to avoid negative energies. So
Oh,
don't
I'm out. Okay.
I'm
Can't use.
I'm lost.
Can't run static scenarios doing this. Oh, Lord.
Oh, static. So don't expose the bracelet to negative environments like static clicking scenarios and Kovacs. Do not let others touch it. Do not allow others to wear or touch the bracelet frequently. Dude, if someone does, purify it by exposing it to sunlight. Oh, thank goodness. I was worried because I had somebody touch my $189 bracelet and I thought I had to buy another. Do not wear the bracelet while committing wrongful acts. So that's where I made a joke
Define
about
wrongful.
it. I know. I said, do not wear it while uh, engaging in wrongful acts. Must be April Fool's. Jim can't even wear one given how much time he spends with on my mom. Yeah. This guy says, "What's the weight?" That's funny. The key to becoming aim gods. Yeah. So anyway, what a good meme. Regular maintenance. I actually like read this whole thing. I just think it's fun. So once a month, clean it. And Thanksgiving for fulfilled wishes. Yeah. So I don't know. Daz, are you picking up the G Wolves Buddha bracelet?
I'm gonna wait for the ATK one.
What's the weight? Sensor?
It'll be $50 at least. So.
Yeah. But Boydie did buy one.
Yeah,
Bought one of the Monk Blast bracelets being sold by G Wolves.
that's on brand. Yeah.
$200 after shipping. I love it.
Buy a mouse or bracelet.
I absolutely love it. Oh, Boardsy. Boardsy keeps things entertaining, I gotta say. Okay, let's move on to our next topic, which is April Fool's thing. Ah, this one got me, Daz.
It sounded like a cool pad.
Yeah. So Artisan
Well, greatly
introducing
surpassing.
yeah, Repu is a speed-oriented surface that greatly surpasses both the Raiden and Shidokai V2 in terms of sliding ability. Its primary colorway will be navy blue, which is returning after 14 years of absence. So hold up, were there navy blue Artisan pads?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, this one got me because they even had like pictures of it, like on a little sticker here.
Yeah.
Even faster. I do get that like it being faster than the Shidokai is a little weird to believe, but
Far-fetched. Yeah.
yeah. Repu, I googled that though. That was like the Mitsubishi Zero airplanes in World War II.
Oh.
There it was like an advanced version of one of those. It was called the something Repu or Strong Wind. Yeah. Anyway, yep, it was a farce. I don't know.
Stupid day.
Artisan probably makes a really big deal out of it when they are coming out with a new pad, so I don't know. Maybe this is all a psyop though. Maybe they're actually trying to gauge interest in like the blue colorway.
Who is this guy, by the way, or person?
I don't know. Styler? Still Peripheral
PC
Gears
peripheral
Enthusiast
enthusiast?
gears.gg/Styler.
Yeah, this is a
I don't
website
know.
I've seen. That's
Yeah, I've heard of this website too. I don't
yeah.
know. Is this the rental website where you can like rent stuff?
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. All right, well, next topic. Another April Fools. Oh goodness. Okay. So the MaxGaming topographic pad, once this ad is over.
Just use Pi block. Look at the ad.
I know,
right
dude.
Introducing the MaxGaming Real Topographic Mouse.
I didn't actually see this.
Feel every contour as your cursor gracefully glides over peaks and valleys. It's like off-road for your wrist.
For your
Experience the true challenge of elite gaming and workflow endurance.
Endurance. Build
Only
that
the
up.
most skilled will conquer this desktop beast. Every scroll is an expedition
I do appreciate the like David Attenborough-esque the eagle screech.
It's well done. This video deserved more views than this.
Flat is boring.
Wow. Yeah, 400 views. That actually was pretty funny. This is a good April Fool's where you know it's a joke, but it's well done enough.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm down with that. Is there a discussion question to be had there? Is there any merit to having a mouse pad that actually, like, you think there's any? Have you ever seen drafting tables? You think people would ever drafting table? So right, it's like for drawing and stuff. You think there would be a benefit to like having your wrist at a extreme angle or something like that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, maybe because I
It
don't know.
would create more. You have to have more force to go up, right?
Yeah, that would feel weird, like lifting
Yeah.
and wanting to slide down. But at the same time, it would also maybe feel like faster glide because you don't have as much force, gravity pushing down. Instead of pushing straight down, you're pushing down at an angle, right? So
I think the play is put your desk upside down, then suspend yourself from the ceiling.
zero gravity mouse pad.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Next year's April Fool's prank. All right.
Glass pads. Think of the past.
Yeah. This was kind of cool. Oh God, it's gonna be loud, isn't it? Okay. Cool. Are you bored yet? Boardsy was last week, asking for something new. I should actually watch this on YouTube.
Not
so I
a
can pop it up.
fixing.
Yep, not a. How do you say this? Fixing.
Fixing.
This is actually a pretty cool video. This company, you remember seeing this thing teased like years ago, right? Really?
No
Oh.
idea.
Really? This is your first time seeing it?
Oh yeah. The shape looks kind of like the low free high pace, but not as tiered, like tapered in the back.
G302.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Unenthused.
unenthused, really.
Yeah. Oh, the side buttons look nice.
Yeah. I mean, then again, everything can look nice in a rendering. They do look a little high up and kind of far back. This looks like it's going to be a very small mouse, though. Just look at how big the scroll wheel is. But this mouse has been teased for, like, I want to say over a year at this point. They had, like, a forged carbon version of it. I wonder if I can find that. Arye forged carbon mouse.
Arye?
Arye? Yeah, 3 years ago, dude.
Jeez.
3 years. Now, that is a darn good looking mouse, though, isn't it? They've kept a lot of the aesthetic from before, but 3
This looks like a
years.
Ying. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is also 3 years before the Ying. But I want to say this is really cool, but 3 years to market. Oh, this got a lot of upvotes, 311. Interesting. Oh, and they said wireless hands down, like not even close. Wanted it wired, so he was doing a poll.
Agreed.
Yep, agreed. So I respect that they're marketing it like not another freaking clone, something refreshing. I'm down with that. I actually think this is pretty cool. Again, I'm not going to spend $200 or whatever it's going to be. I have no idea what the pricing is. I don't know if we know at all, if anyone knows. But I do vibe with something that's different. And this is a really nicely done marketing video. This guy has some funding.
I know how I hold a mouse, and that would be insanely uncomfortable. That big ass hole.
Yeah.
I had some issues with the low free high pace, and it just had like a little dip. So.
Yeah, I want to go back
How far are
to.
we into the pod now? I just said ass. Say it again.
They're fine. James Donkey. James's ass RSR. I actually do think I like it. Yeah, I would like to try it. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Inductive keyboards.
Hi guys.
Oh, okay, sorry. If they reached out to you for a review, would you not even bother because you just know it's not for you?
No, I take it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's unique enough. It's worth a video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. The hell?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's a darn good looking mouse. All right. So I don't want to just inductive keyboards. This is Jerr's video, but Diamond Lobby Reviews had one too, and I actually watched his whole video. I don't think I've watched all of Jerr's here, but inductive, Diamond Lobby Reviews. Here we go.
This is an inductive.
Dude, he's so informative and funny. I can't even. So inductive switches.
Did you see his April Fool's? He made an April Fool's video,
Oh, was it the top mice, right?
but it was all the worst mice he could possibly find.
Yeah.
And then he just talked about, it was
Yeah,
so
it was
good.
funny. Yeah. Do we want to skip? No, I don't think we need to. Anyway, inductive keyboards, yeah, so they use this little nugget that like passes through an inductive field and the conical shape changes the resistance or something, whatever, yada yada. So I watched this whole thing. So it focuses on the Ducky 1X, which is the only inductive keyboard that I know of right now. It's not cheap. It's $180. So the question is, like, it competes with like a Wooting or other premium HE boards because you do get rapid trigger with this. However, Diamond Lobby's ends his review being like, it's not that great. Why? One, well, you do get rapid trigger. You don't get SOCD or snap tap. Two, he said like the software seemed kind of rushed or unfinished. He had problems, like he had to go back into the software and like reset keys every single match. Like you couldn't just switch between a typing and a gaming mode easily. You had to go like per key and reassign them. And let's see what
That's
else.
not a big deal. That's something that a company could fix with better software. But
True. Especially with like,
Maker has one coming out. Their MagCore 87 is pre-order. I'm sure every company will make one.
yeah. But the other thing too was the oh yeah, he had like issues opening it too, which is a shame because Ducky keyboards used to be regarded as like one of the top OG good quality keyboards. They're Japanese, right?
I don't know. Find out.
Yeah, I needed a typing test, and I think he was unimpressed.
I won.
Oh, actually, it's not. Doesn't seem too bad. I mentioned it being scratchy.
I got because I asked Depot Maker was that they're just more expensive to make than a Hall effect, and you can get way more performance for way cheaper, or the same. Even if they match, it'll never be as cheap as just
so
whatever. Mad Lion 60 HE plastic.
So one of the main advantages of inductive key switches and why the inductive and the inductive Ducky, why this one's wireless is because of battery life. So HE keyboards, something about every single key needs to have a sensor, whereas inductive keyboards, it can read like the entire circuit. So you only need like one sensor and it's consuming a lot less power. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not super interested. Daz and I had this in the podcast topic doc for like ever, and we just kept kicking this can down the road.
Every week we're just like, next week.
It's really not that interesting because it just kind of stinks.
No.
So I don't know.
Yeah, let's move on. This is boring.
Yeah, watch the Diamond Lobby Reviews video, guys, because he at least makes it a little fun. Okay. Another bit of news. Another Attack Shark float.
You clicked on the Tekkusai one first. Nice.
Okay.
You went straight to Tekkusai.
I did. Oh, wait, are they both Tekkusai? Oh, no, they are. Okay.
No, this is the actual one. Yeah.
So, Mamba Snake, Man Bear Snake, has another one where it's the R5 but with snakes, Coolio. So Mamba Snake and Attack Shark, their Discord is like a joint thing. I don't really know how this works. I don't really care.
They're like sister companies. If you go to Amazon, it's Mamba Snake X Attack Shark. If you buy the X3, kind of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So do we care? Like when you warranty something, it's through Attack Shark. I don't really understand the dual branding. Stay locked, stay venomous.
Oh.
Right. Anyway, okay. So sure, this exists, I guess, and more importantly, here's another version of the R5. Introducing from Tekkusai, introducing Tekkusai 69, $69, 69 grams, 69 holes in the shell.
69-day free shipping.
Releasing in 69 days.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
The funny thing is, it fits right in with all the other dumb. Right?
Mouse Smith. Oh, this is the kind of shit posting we need more often. People are too butthurt on the subreddit all too often. There'll be an argument over like which mouse pad is marginally faster. No, it's not. Not with my X-ray pad Jade scale. We need more stuff like this. Okay. I had a good laugh. Let's move on
This
to
transitions nicely. Yeah.
yeah, let's transition right into Attack Shark's response to the R5 Switch debacle. So let's get people. Daz, can you get people up to speed?
Yeah, basically Attack Shark has this R5 Ultra, which is the same mouse as the Float. God knows how this came to be, who went where to what factory and did what. Uh, Basically they advertised it as having Omron opticals, both in the picture. They finally fix it?
Sorry, I have to spin the Attack
Maybe
Shark
spin
wheel.
the Attack Shark wheel. Dear Lord. Nope. So it still shows an optical switch here. That's hilarious.
But they
All
did
the phrasing
change.
said optical.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed the wording. Yeah.
On last week's
Yeah.
pod, you literally screenshotted an hour before. Whoops. You literally screenshotted an hour before their website showing Omron Optical 100 million, and then live on the pod it said Omron not optical 100 million.
Yeah. So I tweeted about it, and then I included that whole breakdown on the video I made as well. So
So
a lot
Attack
of people were
Shark,
really mad about it, including myself.
yeah, because Omron opticals are like a major selling point, right? I mean, in
They feel
2025,
so good. Yeah.
unless you're
Yeah.
going to do hot swap sockets, you should be going optical, right? We
I would
have
think.
we have decent options, right? Anyway, so Attack Shark responded,
They responded.
which is a Discord message that we had to screenshot.
It took me 10
Attack
minutes
Shark
to find this.
Attack Shark Steven, aka Stefan. Why I've never liked that name for that reason. Anyway, we initially
agree.
used optical. I'm already judging him, okay? We initially used optical switches when debugging the mouse, but the key sound performance was not as expected, so we changed to the current switches, which are top of the line Omron mechanical switches D2FC-F7N 100 million, with better sound. This was an error caused by the staff responsible for media publicity not updating the parameter information correctly. We are very sorry for this misunderstanding, and we will provide service if you need warranty service. Okay. So,
Luckily, this was really well publicized. Like the 2 fingers up and the 3 pluses on their 4 a.m. message. Like
well, this is me too, so it would have been 1 and 2.
using both of those. It's a good response, and I'm glad that they did that. But my lord, like there was nothing in the announcements. There was nothing on Twitter. They just acted like it didn't exist publicly. So
Well said.
like I said, it took me 10 minutes to find this.
Yeah, it is a good response. It is not published correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's as simple as that. I mean, maybe we're making a bigger deal out of it. Maybe other people don't care. I mean, there are Omron optical haters out there, so maybe they're happy. But point is, it's just a matter of time before these Chinese companies are already lying about the gram weight, plus or minus 6
Mhm.
grams. So I think it's a slippery slope. We need to hold companies accountable. On the podcast last week, I mentioned with Final Mouse with the little defect, their little chip defect from their carbon fiber molding, whatever, and I said the issue was they're a super egotistical company who presents themselves as being better than everyone else, and so when there's a defect, expect that when your ego's that inflated, you're putting a target on your back for criticism, okay? But if it was like a Lamzu, right, it would be as simple as you release a Twitter post or a blog post on your website and you say, yeah, this was our first time with forged carbon fiber injection molding. We had to do this. Here's maybe a picture of the mold to really get your geek juices flowing and maybe understand a little bit better. There you go. We are working on future mice that won't have this, or we're going to try to minimize it. Boom. No more pushback over it. Same thing here with the Omron opticals. Yeah, if this was literally just a Twitter thing, fantastic. Oh, maybe throw in a couple giveaways too. Sure. So, because they always have giveaways on their Twitter anyway.
I don't know. Someone posted on my video, commented immediately, oh, they responded to this in the Discord, and then the latest post on the mouse thing was Reviewers are getting mad about it. Don't worry, Attack Shark. I'm tracking down the tweet or your message to show people. Like it was like the Attack Shark army of fanboys was trying to defend them.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, yeah, this I searched this earlier in boards. These IPA float video came up first, which triggered me a bit. But anyway,
Yeah.
what was I gonna say here? Say something. I forgot.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Well, I think we pretty much have the gist of it. Just that the bottom line in all of this is I don't want to be a crybaby over here being like, oh, my mouse has the wrong switches, and because you can actually still solder them in. We learned that from Rarzies on our Discord, took pictures of the insides. I think you even showed that in your video at some point. Maybe. Well, anyway, the point is we need to hold companies accountable to advertising. Guys.
What I was gonna say though, I put the affiliate link for this, which I learned that I had when I bought this. I didn't sign up for that; they just gave it to me with it. Anyway, I put the link to this in there. I was like, regardless of take, here's the link. 0 sales. Not a single person bought it, and all the comments were very negative. So,
yeah, it's a shame. Like, what a good response. They even say that they're going to offer warranty services. So
yeah,
this
it was great.
This isn't super explicit, but the way I'm reading it is right. If you bought one thinking that they're going to let you, I don't know. They said warranty, which makes me think it's more of like if you start double clicking, then you can send it back.
Maybe.
I'm reading it as false advertising. If that's a deal breaker for you, send it back. I'm planning on doing that. I'm not even kidding. I have been using all these mice that I got from AliExpress and I did my live unboxing. I have not touched my R5. I'm just not interested without Omron opticals.
I've been torn on sending mine back because I made that video and all that stuff. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so bottom line is, let's never stop holding companies accountable. Okay, because there exists good positive responses that they can release, and they just need to not put them on their Discord. Put them on Twitter. Okay. Next topic. Let's do some rapid fire news topics, huh? So more Attack Shark news. The Attack Shark X8. This randomly popped up. I'm hype. I'm kind of hyped for this, dude. I kind of like large, slender, skinny mice like the Viper and the. You know what this immediately reminds me of? Madline's Mad G, right?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Right? Chat, back me up. We have no idea how like the sides taper or what the hump profile looks like, but I just hope it's not another GPX. Please, no, not another GPX. What do they say about this though? What's cooking? Lightweight reimagined, wrist fatigue. Okay, that's Attack Shark DNA, whatever. Prototype's looking sleek, but we're not done yet. Drop your dream specs. Feedback might make it into the final cut. So this is all the information I have. I haven't found any other tweets or any other product info on it, but cool. I'm glad I hope it's another original shape.
Call out the fact that I'm in mid-sentence. I'm in disaster mode. Tried to switch headsets. Can't hear a thing. I'll be back.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the X8, I don't know. I like it when mouse companies release original shapes, even if it's a company like Attack Shark. So speaking of original shapes, oh gosh, I'm sorry, headphone users. I really wish they would stay like YouTube does a good job at staying at normalized volume level. So RAWM has a new mouse that I like. Look at this, RAWM ER21. So I actually posted to Reddit, Reddit. Upcoming RAWM Ergo mouse, Billy. There was a video on Billy that oh yeah, cool, I did put this on Imager, so I don't have to watch it on Billy. Is it the same dubstep music? Or dark synth wave, whatever this is? So, it's a pretty uninspiring Ergo shape, if I'm being honest. I described the ES21, their most recent Ergo release, as being kind of Zowie-like. And I agree with it. It's just a very human shape. I don't know. It's all very nicely rounded and contoured. So I hope the ER21 is the same way. So this I posted a long time ago before we knew any information, 2 months ago. But now, based on this video that's like some expo they're doing, World Expo, they're calling it the RAWM ER21. Also, it comes in a nice pink colorway, so that's cool.
Love that. Please do
Yeah.
that more, company.
Daz and I have been in like very loose contact with the guy at RAWM. I straight up asked him for a release date of this, and he didn't reply. So who
Hmm.
knows? But if they're teasing it at a trade show, then that's good. Maybe it's coming soon. Unfortunately, they made the switch from Omron opticals to Ratias, and their implementation in the ES21 is not my favorite. It's actually something that has me not use the mouse a whole lot.
That's possibly the worst switch swap you could do, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. RAWM, it's if they can get their clicks right, I think they're a legitimate competitor to like Cyrox or ATK, where they have more premium build quality, they have more premium coatings. They're not super lightweight. I don't know. The ES21's pretty impressive. It's a decently large mouse for 47 grams, but with monster, 2-gram skates. Everyone is cheating their weights by shipping it without skates, but
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I'm here for it. Next little bit of mouse release news. The EWEADN X23. EWEADN. EWEADN. So this mouse, this is pretty cool, dude. So this has actually been out on AliExpress for months, but I just picked one up from, of all places, Amazon, because they had this cool fade colorway for 25 bucks. Unfortunately, it is 3311 sensor, not 3395. Here we can see the specs here. So they have a pro and a non-pro. I got the pro. It looks like the pro. Oh, no. This is AliExpress listing and the Amazon listings are different. Whatever.
as the microchip is a Mordic.
Yeah, Mordic. Yeah, your mouse comes from Mordor. So 3311, 55 grams, 300 milliamp hour battery. The shape, to me, this is looking like a Filena S450 or S480. You have kind of a tall mid hump. I mean, look at the side buttons. That looks so.
Interesting choice, not calling it an HTS.
Yeah.
There's Gyrox V6, the two better versions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I got it from Amazon knowing that I might just return it because if my Cyrox V6 is better, I'm just going to stick with this. And it probably will be if I'm being honest. But why not? Let's try it. The skates look cheap as heck. The dongle storage looks like either a huge afterthought or this is like some goofy AA battery mouse shell that they repurposed with a dongle storage. But
I just know I want that Mordic MCU.
I know. It even looks like it was forged in the fires of Mordor. Well, one critique, I usually like white scroll wheels. I think this would have looked better without a white scroll wheel.
It doesn't go with the rest of the mouse.
Yeah, a little bit too toyish. Anyway, I'll probably talk about it on the pod when I receive it on Saturday for next week. Oh, we have a gonorrhea encoder. I didn't miss that. I have seen the gonorrhea translation a couple times. Where am I? Oh man. Am I not seeing it? Oh, here we go. Gonorrhea encoders.
Encoders and Mordic.
Does gonorrhea translate to anything else, or is it purely a?
That's what you think of Seinfeld, dude.
Oh, is that a? I don't watch Seinfeld.
Kramer like goes into like he has to act like he has some kind of like sickness. I got gonorrhea. Let's see.
The only reason I was interested in this is because of the colorway, and this unboxing guy said that it actually has a decent coating. So sure. Yup. All right.
Yeah, there's an alternate meaning. The clap.
Yeah, well, I've heard that, right? I thought that was something else.
Mess around. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just another term for gonorrhea. Anyway.
Okay.
This is the path we've gone down. A tangent.
Yeah. Here is another new mouse release, Glacier LW 8KM mouse. I'm sorry, what is this name? Just call it the Glacier 8K? Are they coming out with different sizes? So we saw this actually on, this is a Thunder Robot mouse, but you have one incoming from them, right?
So it seems the communication was brief and unreassuring, but it seems, yes.
Okay. What can you talk about your communication with them at all? Or I'm gonna try to find it. I hope I can.
I just put in a form on their website, like, hey, I do this, 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 and that. I'd love to test this. It looks cool. And they were like, oh, yeah, we can work around that problem. What's your address? But
Hmm.
there was like a series of email forwards in between to somebody with not like whatever, a Chillkey email address. So again,
Chillkey.
gave someone my address. So here we are.
That's wild. If it's truly 49 grams with a display, that's pretty
It looked
impressive.
really good. Yeah, it was actually very intriguing. Yeah,
Okay,
they
I'm
just
gonna
made
look.
a sick keyboard. People are giving good reviews too. I think it's the Chillkey Slice 75. I want to say
Really, Chillkey slice.
this is getting reviewed by people. Yeah, Slice 75 HE.
Oh, it looks kind of
So I
cool.
think it's good. Yeah,
Yeah. I wish I could. Oh, here's the zoom in. Yeah, nice thick case. Um, no volume knob. Misses
so
points for
Phalanges
me.
is out.
Yep,
Yeah,
I'm out. No
well,
riser feet, so you're out.
I am. Yeah, I don't know if there's like a at-home fix for that. Like, just put a piece of wood below it. But man,
Yeah.
it does look like it's elevated though.
It does look nicely
Looks like the
elevated.
keyboard is built. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks heavy, doesn't it?
I got this. I'll talk about it. This Aula Win 68 HE Max in, and it sits flat. And I literally plugged it in and was like, "This stinks." I unplugged.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked about mine in the pod last week. Build quality for that Aula's like not Aula. It's actually pretty decent.
It's pretty solid. Yeah, I mean, the keycaps felt cheap to me as well, but I mean,
Oh
I also
yeah.
paid $30, so I should shut up.
Yeah, that's impressive for the like highest end version with the topographic
Hmm.
keycaps.
Yeah.
So, anything else about this mouse? Yep, skates look like Lamzu, how they kind of do these extra dots. I wonder if that actually helps things. Um,
Oh, it looks like
Chillkey.
they did what Acco tried to do, but they did it right. With the weight. So, oh, I need to review that mouse still. I'm sorry.
Here's better pictures of the mouse itself. So it looks a little bit wider than I thought. I don't know. I thought it'd be more
Well,
slender.
but
One thing I don't like is, and I already mentioned this on the pod because I'm pretty sure we talked about this on the pod, the Thunder Robot
oh
version,
yeah,
the
we called it
fish
like an
scaling. Yeah,
S2 V6
but it
baby made or something.
seems
Yeah,
taller. Yeah,
the tapering isn't quite stark or sharp. Yeah,
yeah. But you see the like
it's
fish
ribbed on the
scaling?
back for your pleasure. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, depending on where you grip the
yeah.
ribs.
Could
I
be for her pleasure.
I just really want to find the stupid Thunder Robot mouse. I'm not going to right now. Ah! Well, there's definitely a Thunder Robot branded one. I'm not pulling your leg, yanking your chain.
Have you ever lied to us? Probably. So, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about another lie. The Waizowl Cloud XS Topographic. This is not a lie. This is actually finally released. I think this is one of Waizow's coolest colorways.
They do
Um,
colorways well. That scroll wheel is pretty cool.
they
That's really nice.
do. Isn't this clean?
Yeah, it is.
I'm not into black mice, but damn.
I'm not into this mouse shape, but yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
That's gorgeous. Like I always thought the Final House Starlights were a little bit too gaudy. This is this is very tasteful. Yeah. Yeah, my red one. Sorry, see you later. I'm getting the no, I do really like this mouse, but I don't like it enough to want to get a different colorway. Yeah.
Sorry. My comment just made me question. I don't know why the James Donkey's so comfortable with it being solo profile. It like works for me.
Oh, James's ass. Okay, let's go to the final topic, which is de minimis is no more. Womp womp. I made this as the last topic because I'm like tired of talking about this, and I think other people are tired of listening.
Hmm.
For those of us in the US, which is like 32% of you guys based on YouTube metrics, yeah, effective May 2nd, we're gonna be subject to. So everything used to fall under the de minimis exception if it was under $800, but as of May 2nd, now that exemption is gone, and all items are subject to a rate of 30% or $25 per item. and it will increase to $50 per item in June. So I'm not gonna be surprised if like half of this gets rolled back because we've seen so much flip-flopping with all this tariff stuff, and there's like different percentages based on different countries. Um, the thing that I kind of thought weird, I don't want to get into politics in this podcast, but the thing that felt a
Get
little,
economics though.
yeah, that
Pretty
got,
damn straightforward.
I know, pretty eyebrow raising to me is that this is all to prevent fentanyl trafficking. So I guess the concern is that fentanyl, a bad drug, I don't really know much about fentanyl, that like can hurt people who do drugs, but it's like really bad, like can kill people. It's making its way into the US through de minimis, really small packages. So now we're wanting to open up every
Put
single one
tariffs
and
on the whole
inspect
world.
it. I don't know. I don't know enough about the issue to like say if this is like the solution or not. Um, but I will say, like as an outsider, I don't know. I don't know anyone who's like been affected by fentanyl, but maybe I'm just a privileged white guy. I just think this seems heavy-handed. Or really,
I
the play, it's more about economics and like,
It is fentanyl is definitely a massive issue. A lot of people die from that. So don't want to minimize that by any means, but
okay,
I don't know what the data behind this decision is, and it seems ridiculous to me.
okay,
Luckily, with all the tariffs, most of the people in the US will be so poor they'll just want to get fentanyl.
yeah. I I can't talk about this because I do confidential work, but I will say I know of a major American manufacturer that is producing big things outside of the US who I am traveling for work next week to a place because they're maybe exploring moving their operations back to the US. So like I get like that's the whole point of tariffs, right? Is keep your economy, like keep your money within your borders, um, employ your own citizens and such. So I understand that, but yeah, I really, I don't know. Me just as a guy who just goes to work and comes home and reviews mice, I'm really sad I can't get cheap AliExpress mice anymore. That's like my whole world, Daz. That's our whole world. That's your whole YouTube channel. What are you gonna do? Oh, keep getting review units? I wonder if it's a review unit if you're gonna owe tariffs duties on it. I assume so, even if it's like considered a gift, right? Because they still have to declare a value, and you're probably gonna be taxed on that value. I don't know. I don't know. Lots of questions.
I'm irritated for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay. Well, so guys, thing to remember, May 2nd, apparently if you get your goods in before then you're safe, sort of. I don't know. Go read more about this. I don't want to act like I'm an expert. I'm still browsing AliExpress here and there, and if I see something, I'm gonna pull the trigger on it. But yeah, I am Sag. All right, let's go into.
Let's move on. I'm legitimately triggered.
Oh, and I forgot to do the news banner. Well, there's the news banner. Hey, new. Okay, we're all done with news. Reddit recap. Doomscroll time. No, I'm kidding. We actually have a one
This was
Reddit
interesting.
discussion.
Yeah.
So, mouse review guide: how to actually take advantage of your high DPI mouse and make any Chinese mice feel amazing, featuring Attack Shark R5. So, um, oh wait, there's been some edits to this. I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, so initially this guy, do we have a TLDR?
But it called out because it was
This got a bit of
not what it
traction.
was. Yeah, it did.
347 upvotes, dude. Okay, so a little history. Back in the day, we got used to 400, 800 DPI because of the CS source engine, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, okay. Now game engines you're okay to use more granular DPI like 4000. So I'm trying to see what he's talking about. 2K to 8K, you want to saturate the bandwidth, so you want to use higher DPI and move your mouse faster. Um, the solution to overcome this initial cursor movement lag and sensor power saving gear changes is to use high DPI. I'm talking 3200 to 6400. What this does is force the sensor internally to pick up on smaller movements, and you'll feel less delay in starting movement of the cursor during repositioning. And since higher DPI saturates your polling rate more, your PC gets faster info on the latest cursor position, given your connection is stable. So, like it's sort of pseudoscience. Like I get it, but I don't know.
Number 2 of the Let Me Explain 2, which is, if you go to the Let Me Explain 2, this is him addressing Pizzogle's comments.
Well, let's go over
I can't talk.
Pizzogle's.
Sorry, buddy. Yeah, Pizzogle.
Yeah. Can we go over his comment first?
This guy's just restating his comments, so yeah.
Oh, okay. You go ahead then.
I just read that whole thing while you were talking.
Okay.
It's just talking about how cheaper MCUs go into power saving mode, and that's probably why reviewers like myself say that their substitute implementation's mid, because it seems to be jumpy and not consistent. But that's what the corded or esports mode gets around, is it puts it in high power all the time. So you're draining more battery, but you're never dipping in the resource management department, power management.
Yeah, I do know those toggles. I don't know if there was actually a major difference.
TechShark custom strays there because they don't have that setting, which is hilarious.
Yeah, Pizzogle had CPI is merely resolution. I guess we should have just had Chat GPT summarize this.
The irony of this entire situation is it made me switch from 3200 to 1600 DPI and use RAW XL to double my
and what was
sensitivity.
So the author of RAW XL also commented in this, and I want to go over that. But how about you? Did you feel any difference?
No.
Simple as that, huh? So
I was just annoyed that I had changed my mouse. I had gone to 1600 DPI, but I had moved my sensor mouse, my Windows sensitivity 18 or something. So it was I was changing the DPI across all my mice. So I stopped that crap.
I want to find. I'm not gonna be able to find it, am I? Well, darn. So there's a guy named Moose who is he said self-claimed he's one of the authors of RAW XL, and said the way that RAW XL works is it literally just. Oh, here we go. He said this was pretty much useless. I'm an author of RAW XL, so I know exactly how it works. There's no argument here. It's just recounting of technical details. If you have a sense multiplier of 0.25 and RA receives a receives a packet of 0.1, then the packet becomes 0.25. Okay, so this is like a coordinate, I guess. Windows doesn't accept fractional inputs, so RA cannot send 0.25, so it has to wait until 4 packets of 0.1 comes in and turns into 4 pieces. So this means that at 3200 DPI it takes 4 1/32,000ths of an inch to send the count to Windows, which is the same as 1/800th. So as far as Windows is concerned, you have a resolution of 800 DPI. So he's using Windows as an example. Right, I assume this is the same story for actually in-game using raw input. I don't know. If RAW XL is just at a driver level, just giving a multiplier to everything, I don't know if the game engines can accept fractional inputs. Are fractional inputs even perceivable to humans? I mean, 1600 DPI dots per inch, 1600 dots. Take an inch and divide it into 1600 slivers, dude. You're talking the thickness of a human hair, It
makes the whole argument here seem ridiculous, but yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't have a strong take on this. I was hoping to. Pizzogle and Moose made it seem like this is just a dumb post, pseudoscience kind of a thing. The guy is onto something, but not really. But he does respond, and the thing about the MCU power draw savings mode, and I know Pizzogle said something about sensor latency, initial. It doesn't really matter once the mouse is moving, but initial latency should be improved by doing higher DPI. I don't know. And when you're gaming, you're not really, I mean, me personally, I'm constantly moving. I'm not playing a tack shooter. And I mean, there's so many other areas of latency, like your monitor refresh and pixel response. And I don't know. I guess I don't really have strong thoughts on this.
No, me either.
Okay, you tried it and no difference.
Who knows if I could even tell.
Yeah.
Like I said, maybe I learned that RAWXL can double your DPI.
Yeah.
Which will allow me to change my sensitivities problems.
Yep, that's actually a good feature. So, Doomscroll time. Okay, Joy-Cons can be used as a mouse. Old news. Actually, if you don't know this, they have like a sensor. Even the patent shows it. Yeah, the new Joy-Con 2s for the Switch 2 are apparently going to be mice. Even in the trailer, they had them zooming around the flat surface
Yes,
like computer
I
mice.
saw a video. If you're using it as a controller and you just put it down, the sensor automatically detects that you did that, and it just becomes a mouse.
Interesting.
And the scenario was like to get more precise aim, but that also assumes you're then playing at a desk with a mouse pad and like,
Uh-oh.
why?
Yeah.
That's stupid. That just seems stupid to me.
What are those things, keyboard and mouse adapters for like Xbox and PlayStation called?
Oh yeah, I
And
don't remember.
yeah, those are like controversial because it's a huge advantage. You can just dominate console noobs. Okay. So that DPI thing was a really highly upvoted one too. Found this mouse for $83. Lucky guy, but also like used prices for them are probably close to
That's
that.
what I paid for two different MyXs. Yeah.
Okay. This is cool. Orange Mice Update V 4.20. Is that what he said, really?
Let's name them all. Here we go.
Okay. Okay, let's go back to
Left to
okay.
right. We got the Zalpin Z2, Z1.
Z1,
Which one is it? Z1?
XE.
I'm not gonna be good at this. XE, what, MPO1
Yep.
S? I think. What is this? The M7?
M7
We got G23.
and
What was
G24.
that? G. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, he
His
even
Artisan,
yeah, on I assume, well, they also did make the Shidokai in the orange, but this is probably a 0, right?
actually, this. I mean, we could tell from the symbol. I did search that.
They also
That
made
is
the Raiden in an orange.
that hair
Actually,
attractor.
yeah. It actually looks like it might be a Raiden from the Weave, because I think they made Raidens in orange, right? The Ozempic mouse. This is
It's not a
impressive.
0.
It's not. Okay.
I don't think so.
Dye orange, right? Isn't that what they called it?
Yeah.
The Ozempic mouse, 3.2 grams. This is an impressive mod, but homie still sticks with the huge ass battery.
Can you go back to that mouse pad real quick?
Yeah.
Not a Raiden. I don't know. I'm trying to crypt those symbols down there. Like, what is...
Oh.
Anyway, okay.
Yeah. How to make any mouse good. I don't know how this gets a whole bunch of upvotes. Just I guess people just upvote train. These are from AliExpress. I can tell from the little packages. Cool. Yep, I have a crap ton, dude. Actually, can I show you guys? You want to see how I store it? I got some of those like 99-cent bins from AliExpress, you know. So there's all my
Nice.
skates. Isn't that nice? I mean, it does
Mhm.
take time with scissors to trim them all to fit, but for switches, this is one of 3. Yeah, I have a lot of switches. And oh, I'm even wearing an AliExpress. I'm gonna be so sad, Daz. I paid 78 cents for my Miata hoodie here from AliExpress.
Yep.
Yeah, RIP. Oh, and I left the stream going on this piece of artwork, brother. They even put the dots over the skates, so all these other dots aren't even gonna be touching. I love this. I love it. And he even like took a picture of it. You know, so you're posting photos for Facebook Marketplace, and your second one is this. I love it.
That was a Raiden.
Okay. Yep.
This is a 0. It's got the 1 symbol on it. Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying to Daz, you can tell a lot about someone from their mouse collection. Okay. So what's this caption here? Caption is collection so far. What does he have to say about it? And then we're gonna judge him. Okay? Sound like a plan? How's the Final Mouse compared to the Beastax? He says, I'm not going to sit here and act like Final Mouse isn't a poop company, but damn, I can't put the comp down. The Beastax is an admirable clone, but I just don't like the holes in the sides so much, so I really don't use it that often. Omrons feel good on it, though. Yep, that's a pretty good take. That's pretty much the take I would have. Like the Taric, these have problems with yellowing. The coating is legitimately good. It's like a Pulsar white coating. It's a very good coating. And anything else about
What's that comment?
LA1?
I don't want to be mean.
Where?
Just scroll a bit.
Was this up? Oh, I don't want to be mean. I'm just really curious.
Curious.
Why do you need so many mice that are basically the same shape?
Wrong subreddit, dude. Go away.
Okay. So wait, basically the same shape. He's just an ambi enjoyer. Yeah, I wouldn't classify as the same shape.
Just the ULXs and the Beastax.
Yeah, and the Beastax, yeah. Because then HTS is unique. Then we do have a couple like flat-sided rear hump here. He has two Vancer mice, which these are both interesting. The Groove and the Centauri are both like a they're like a long skinny mouse. And then the Groove is like an IE 1.1 or whatever. That's unique. Mad R. No, I'd say they're not all the same.
It's again Hyperlight, Atlantis.
Yeah, I wouldn't say these. This is a good spread of ambies.
Was it a Viper V3?
Mm-hmm.
It's GPX. Yeah.
So what? Okay, so what can we tell about this guy? So first of all, I'm thinking with the pad and kind of the quote unquote trinity of normie enthusiast mice, Viper V3, GPX, Final Mouse. I'm thinking he's not. The Centauri's a connoisseur's mouse though. The Centauri, yeah. So I would even go as far as like the LA1 kind of is. Even the R1 Pro and the Mad. Yeah. But like the Hitscan Hyperlate, that to me that's a mouse that like if you have a collection of 3 mice and one of them's a Hitscan Hyperlate, you watch some YouTube video that really hyped it up and you're like, "Oh, I need it," and then you get it. But I
feel like he watches Boardsy if he's got 2 ULXs, the Orange Zero.
Think he watches Boardsy?
And just way too many black mice, bro. Get some color in your life, dude.
Yeah. The Vancers are a weird choice, aren't they?
They are very odd.
Yeah. So is the Centauri. Those are out there. Yeah. Well. What games do you think he plays? I'm going to say Fortnite. This is all ambi.
That's what I was going to say too.
Yeah. No Ergo, so he doesn't play CS or Valorant.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any more doom scrolling we want to do? Let's do a little.
Oh wait, he had more mice listed at the top. Have XM2 4K OP1 4K and Jetso Sora 4K on the way as well.
Consumers equals yes.
So my thought here is he bought
he pays full price for stuff.
I think he got a GPX and a Viper, and then he was like, I'm into this. He got some ULXs. Then he got weird, and now like the R1 and the Mad R is his gateway into like the Centauri.
That's a really good observation. So what do you think he started with? I'm thinking GPX. That's what everyone starts with.
Yeah.
And then he went Viper. Then he went Final Mouse.
They've gotten the G-Wolves after that. G-Wolves was like my gateway drug company.
Yeah, the G-Wolves is an older mouse. Out of everything here, that and the GPX are the oldest, right?
Yeah, HTS 8, not Ace, but like it's the original HTS with like the USB-C, not USB-C.
Micro USB, yeah. And
USB.
The Lamzu Atlantis Mini is kind of older too. Yeah.
Mouse never really clicked for me. Yeah.
Yeah, XM2W 4K. All right. And the Sora, Ninjutsu Sora. Yeah, interesting choice.
And if they're all in black, I quit. We'll watch for his follow-up post.
I know. I'm so over black mice.
The only thing I'm sad about with its Terra is that it's black.
Yeah, I know.
It's my communication issue. I just didn't ask for white.
Yeah, it doesn't show up as well on camera.
Nope.
Yeah, so people are reseeing their TENS mouse. This is a pretty nice mod. Like for as good as a destructive mod can get. This thing is extreme though. Dude, that is extreme.
That's gonna be tailored to a grip, because otherwise you're just gonna stick your thumb in the hole.
But what's impressive is, so 44 grams is not very impressive. Like, I hope he battery swapped it. Can I go back and see if he did? No, that's the original battery with the battery. Well, he's using the Lamzu battery cover, which they have a 300 milliamp hour battery that's like 7 grams. So you can save like another 4 grams by going to like 100 milliamp hour. Yeah, that's a crazy amount of work, guys, to get these cuts this clean. Also, he's photographing this with a
Yeah.
soft box and on a stand. This is more effort than what it looks like. Just unbox my Strider. Too much white. But all good mice, right? Yeah.
Yes.
What a beautiful picture. Shinnekai V2 after a year and a half. So he was saying he was glazing how it's not slowed down and stuff. And I mentioned Metrova said the Shinnekai V2 uses infused glass rather than a spray-on coating. That's why it's so durable. Yeah, that was something
Yeah,
interesting we learned. Oh, can I not go back, please? Okay, I guess we have to like go back and then refresh. Anything else interesting? The RE we talked about. Oh yeah, I actually commented on this. Found my endgame. Dude, glorious Model D minus. Agreed there.
I love that mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3311 sensor. It's the exact shape of the EC3CW. Not 100% exact. The upper area where your thumb goes is slightly different, but it is by far the closest to the EC3 out of all the EC clones.
Yeah.
Despite it having a like sharper aesthetic. Yeah, people like to crap on it because it's glorious, but if you found your endgame brother, good for you, who cares? I know where's my comment? Yeah, Model D, people forget it's Piezo Gold approved. Like he did a very good polling stability, good sensor performance. It's a great shape. And they used the PCB for like side flex reinforcement back in 2020 when this came out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I get that. Like mine has switch grinding issues. All the glorious mice I've had have had switch grinding issues, which just infuriates me. But other than that, you guys, this is a 5-year-old product. It was released January 2020. It's like it's not a I don't know. People like to hate on it because it's kind of a mainstreamer's mouse, but
it's like a meme. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that speed test thing I was talking about. If you scroll up one.
Same release time. Wall hack versus Super Glide
And then
2.
the comments, someone goes, "Well, my wall hack was as slow as the Super Glide was there, and vice versa." So
it's also
skate
dependent too.
Yeah, very skate dependent. Oh, this is the same mouse though, so
true. Yeah. Well, I have had
skates interacting with different pads differently. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like glass skates are an example of do the same mouse but change skates and do the same test, and like one pad will be faster with glass and slower with the other, but then you flip flop it and it'll totally switch. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. All right, I think that's enough doom scrolling. Let's go over to personal ramblings. That's my intro for your YouTube channel updates, I guess.
Filing some stuff. Okay.
Let's go.
People hype. Yeah.
Yeah, get a hype man in here. I can't be your hype man. I'm too tired, if I'm being honest.
All right. I crossed the 600 sub mark. That was cool. Kept on going. Apparently, we're at 652.
Whoa. Damn, brother. How many is that a day?
Like 9 or 10 since last week. Yeah.
That's impressive. The MouseCast podcast, I've only gotten, since starting the podcast, I've gotten like 150 subs.
So I released 2 videos in the last week because I batch reviewed them, like batch shot the videos, and then like they needed to, I wanted to get ahead of the attack strike thing, which luckily I released it in time that people seem to care. Out. The terror review is late, and I hate the thumbnail, and I couldn't get it to look how I wanted it to. I don't know. It just looks crappy. Regardless, it shot to 500 views and then it fell off a cliff because everyone's already seen the other terror reviews. So I'm assuming subscribers watched it.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic mouse, though, you said.
Love this mouse. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
How's the middle mouse Spammability and the scroll wheel tactility.
Did you watch the video, bro?
I did. I probably did. I listened to it.
If I set it up and put my thumb on it, it's extremely spammable. If I put
Okay.
my like pointer finger on it straight down, it's like pretty spammable. Like yeah,
Okay.
it's the steps are pretty light, but they're there. Yeah.
I like that you talked about the skates. Does this
Oh,
have
of course.
does this inspire you to like, let's say another mouse company comes out with dot skates that have the golf ball dimpling on them or whatever. Now we know it's not a total gimmick and it actually does give a somewhat unique slide property. You said it's like having a bunch of little dots, right?
That's what it felt like. Like it emphasized texture.
Yeah.
And like even right now on this Energon, like it doesn't feel like it feels like there's some texture, even though it's the smoothest pad there is. So like
Hmm.
it introduces textures to all my mouse pads. Which I didn't say that in the video, but
Hmm.
I don't
No,
know. You can
no,
go like
you did mention you feeling texture more.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it'll focus. No, it won't, but no, it's not gonna make me go get honeycomb mouse pads or mouse feet by any means. So
Okay.
they're just like they're not bad. They're an
Not
experience.
bad,
But
just different.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And now you can have your 703 back. Did you see the part where I like talked about how the person must have gripped it? It was funny. Like their pinky
Yeah.
was clearly super far back, like,
Yeah.
right at the start of the G703 timestamp. The rubber's gone. Yeah.
That's wild. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't stop yawning. I need to stop. We have a podcast to do, Daz. So
I'm usually the tired one, but I drank half a Celsius at 6 p.m. so I could be here.
drank half a Celsius. Imagine saying that to somebody back 100 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the one I like to think about is like imagine going back to like the medieval era ages and giving a peasant a flavor blasted goldfish. You know, they're used to eating, I don't know, potatoes and lettuce. Very bland food.
Give them
Sorry.
that flavor blasted goldfish, and they'll be obese 2 days later. Yeah.
Well, not really, because they have to like work for their king.
Yeah.
Serfdom, right? Okay. What else? What else,
I
Daz?
just am annoyed by the yeah, I had to pause and look at my own documents. Company, I mean, this is me complaining about getting free things, but like companies following up with wanting like deadlines and reviews to be out after like it wasn't talked about previous. Not many of them, but just a couple. Like if it's not been discussed or
Yeah.
there's no like agreement before, I'm not gonna. I have a life, and if it comes out later, then that sucks. It's
Yeah, so
the
wait.
amount of money a mouse costs if you think about it to send out, and the amount of like sales you get from even a video with 600 views is probably one, and then you're set. Like in reality, so.
Yeah. I mean, you do have to compare revenue versus you're comparing revenue to profit, but point I agree.
It's not that black and white, but yeah.
So
No reputable company's doing this to me. So
walk our viewers through this who maybe have never engaged with a brand before. So how does it work? Like, do you send a web form? Do you where they ask like how long you need with the mouse before your video? Do you have like a contact person who's hounding on you? When is that video coming out? What does it look like?
of the like, smaller people, brands, Chinese mostly that are like it's just like a person back and forth in an email thread basically.
Okay.
Like drop a hint or like ask when it's gonna come out. But like Lofree asked about the hype base, but they were very nice about it. And like we had a nice little conversation and we agreed and it'll come out soon here. I have to just edit the video, it's already recorded. Some other ones were just like, just make sure it comes out in this time. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's gonna come out when it comes out because I have 2 kids and a job and 6 other things to review and
Yeah.
it is life. And if it goes sour with those people, well, my life will continue. It doesn't matter. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like you signed a contract. It's not like
there was no written agreement. If there was, I would oblige. Like I would stick to it. So
yeah. But that I mean you would have made expectations up front, but it's like if they send you a mouse and then they ask, "Oh, by the way, can you have it out in 2 weeks?" It's like, "Well, that
I'll
wasn't
do my
part
best.
of yeah, that's yeah, that like isn't that you're altering the conditions of the agreement.
Do you think about it? Do you think I want to delay the mouse coming out to have less hype about it because more people made videos? No. Like,
Right.
I want to get the video out as soon as possible. It's just not possible. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's interesting enough for people to figure out. It is pretty crazy. Like if you have a decent following on whatever platform, you guys might have pretty good luck literally just going on the company's website and sending an email to their contact us at whatever.com.
worked a couple times.
Yeah. You know, they'll often ask for like what platform are you going to upload to? Sometimes they'll ask for like a subscriber count or follower count. Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't think that's that's a very healthy gatekeeping, right? It sucks if you're like trying to get into this. I get that. But what, they can't just send out a free mouse to anyone who asks, because then that's a slippery slope of, oh, they're not going to make any sales because people will just have learned the cheat code. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Talking to people in the YouTube comments is the most enjoyable part of this whole thing. So, or
really?
Discord.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, the Discord is really fun. I even had a guy message me today. Shout out, what is his name? Little S or whatever. He was like, hey, yeah. He's like, hey, can I post my mousepad review video on YouTube to the mousepad channel? He's like, I don't want to infringe on the no self-promotion rules. And I was like, oh brother, that no self-promotion rule that we have, dude, Daz, that's for like if we had some spam bot come to our Discord.
Yeah.
I told little S, like, bro, if you have a YouTube channel where you're trying to get views for reviews, post every single review video that you make, post it to the Discord, every single one.
Yeah.
It'll become a problem if like you're reposting it every day, cause then eventually we'll be like, okay, can you chill to like maybe once a week or something? Like you're just you're echoing. There's only like a handful of active people on there. Don't. Yeah. Anyway, Discord is very nice. Even some of the topics this week, guys, were from people in the Discord. Yeah, Rarzy's showing me I wouldn't have bought the Attack Shark R5 without his photo confirmation that you can put Omron opticals in it. Yeah, so what do I do? Do I solder Omron opticals into it and void the warranty, or do I send it back? I paid $47 shipped. So it's not the cheapest mouse. I do really like the shape, but I also already have the Attack Shark R3, which mine has Kale GM 8.0s in it, which aren't the best, but it is effectively the same shape and weight.
You see yourself using it? The R5?
The R5. Sorry, what did you ask?
Do you see yourself using it? Like,
oh, if the Omron opticals in it are implemented as nicely as name a mouse that has, well, like
my ex.
Yeah, well, that's a really high
Mad
bar.
G.
Mad G, yeah,
Mad R. They're both pretty good.
yeah, they're another Attack Shark mouse, R2.
Mhm.
I need to use this mouse. Every time I pick it up, I'm like, damn, this is good.
There's three angles here. Like, there's the F Attack Shark, return it. That was my initial thought. There's the. I'm curious what it's like with the Omron. Like, really curious if that would have been good. But also, like, their response was that they didn't like how it was with Omrons and they put it in there. So, like, maybe you can disprove that.
That is something I'm worried about.
If you could throw them in there and it sounds good, then maybe they just lied.
They said it was the sound was bad. I don't know. I don't give a crap about the sound. My Sora V1 squeaks like a dog toy, but it feels good, so I like it.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess I got to simmer on that a little bit more because the Attack Shark, the R3 does have better skates, although I've done a million dots. Boardsy would crucify me. Anyway, I don't know. I got to think about it. I don't know. Let's move over to the next topic, talking about. I did a little live video. I don't know if shout out in the comments if leave a comment if you watched it. I don't know. So
I did.
Yeah.
I was on the couch and my wife was like, "What are you watching?" Yeah,
oh, you had the volume on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just received in one day from Better Trucks, the shipping service, whatever, like 4 mice all at once. So I was like, let's do a live unboxing. So I started out with the James Donkey. Incredibly impressed with this. You guys can watch it if you want my initial reaction, but the James Donkey, it's an HTX shape, so very low profile, really nice curvature on the side. Decent buttons using Huano transparent yellow shell white dots. Just hit the
Sounds like a
DPI
random
button on
switch.
the bottom. Yeah,
You heard of it?
they feel good. They're a really darn good feeling mechanical switch. Scroll wheel feels good. Even the rubber on it's really grippy. Dazz had a YouTube short on it. I should actually bring that up if
It's
I
my
can
favorite
find.
short. The ending specifically, I quite enjoyed making.
Oh, I need to, dude. The okay, we will actually watch the whole thing because it was funny. Hee haw. Shorts. There we go.
Is it you on a random YouTube account?
Mouse
right
from
now?
James. What the? James Donkey? So if I say it like Shrek, with the RSR5 here from James Donkey, quite possibly the
Donkey?
dumbest sounding I've ever heard, but the mouse might be good. Let's check it out. Got some extra skates here, dongle,
Yep.
upgraded cable, and man of the hour. Right off the bat, this coding
I was shocked.
is
I didn't think
insane.
this
It
mouse
feels
was gonna
almost
be
like
any
a
good.
Viper V3 Pro. That's crazy.
The
Mechanics
coding's-
aren't the most tactile, but they're solid. Roll wheel
key
rubber is really grippy.
feature to
Very
me.
responsive, snappy side
So,
buttons. This
so
thing's
good.
built like a
Yeah.
tank. Pretty impressed so far. Got that 8-bit theming going on
Yeah.
from the box to the
The
mouse.
theme is
Got a
cool on
big
the
old
bottom.
butt,
Weird,
some nice
but it looks
tapering
cool,
there.
yeah.
Pretty darn
Yeah.
low profile mouse if you ask me. No upper
But
palm
yeah, I use
content
this at
for
work all
my
day
grip.
today.
That's
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
interesting. 33
Okay. With your grip, you grip really far forward, so
8K
the
pulling,
buttons-
$70. I'm
the buttons feel really nice if you grip far forward. They just have a really nice rounding
Yeah,
to
they do.
them and nice
Oh,
deep
yeah.
grooves. The coating's fantastic. It is. I stand by, after having used it for like 3 days straight now, I stand by it is better than a Pulsar White. It is not as good as a Viper V3 Pro White. It is right between. So you might think, oh, it's not the best coating. Guys, it's literally second only to the Viper V3 Pro White. That's the only thing I find it second in.
I'll put the Skyrox V6 up there.
Um,
You have the
yeah,
Blue
it is
one?
good. I do have a blue one. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, this one's good. It's a little bit, yes, I would say the Donkey's.
for my hand at least. It feels really
Okay.
good, but yeah.
The Donkey's a little bit grippier for me, at least however my palms are right now. But it's just such a solid mouse, like no side flex. When I took it apart, the clips that hold the top and bottom shell together are really thick. And I even posted a disassembly video to Reddit. You guys can check that out if you're interested. But moving along with this unboxing, I also unboxed the MCHO's G3, the 3311 version. You guys can watch my take on that. The TLDR,
What?
it's what?
I'm just G3. Isn't that the egg?
Oh, sorry, G7.
Yes.
G,
Okay.
Thank you. M7. Oh my gosh, G7. Yeah, isn't
I
it
pre-ordered this
G7?
mouse a long time ago and it never shipped.
Oh, that's right. I did have to reorder mine. Did you get a refund then?
I complained about it and it's in process. So
Hmm.
if nothing happens, I'll just email my MCHO's contact and see what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fine mouse. It's I would not spend more than $30 on it.
Yeah, I don't think I missed out much. Yeah.
No, it's yeah. And let's see, the next mouse, I already mentioned the Attack Shark R5, and then the last one, which oh no, I don't have it ready. I am a terrible podcaster. The VXE Mad R, but specifically in red. Let me go to, was it like the very last one I did?
Yeah. You said the coding was still better on the Mad G.
Yeah, so it's the same feeling coating, but the Mad G feels thicker, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's a great mouse. The red is really vibrant. I mentioned that Mad Lions and VXE are like the same company. There was some Twitter post or something about the reason why the Mad R is not under the Mad Lions brand is because of like the brand wasn't, the naming wasn't ready like legally in the US, or it was something stupid administrative like that. And they have the same dongle too, a red, ruby red, translucent looking thing. So anyway, I probably overpaid for it. I paid probably like $45, $50 for that, but oh well. Okay.
One more
What?
note on the what's it called? Donkey. The skates are real slow. Really slow.
Yeah. So dude, after I changed the battery out to be much lighter, I don't know why it feels so much faster now. I don't know why.
Maybe they just had to wear in.
Maybe they wear in. Maybe it's placebo. I got you a battery. I even put it in a little baggie. So next time we
Oh,
visit
baby.
each other, I'll give you your little baggie of lightweight drugs, make you go fast. And I even pre-applied some double-sided tape for you. So you can just
Okay.
plop that in.
Just make sure it's free of fentanyl, please. Thank you.
Yep, yes sir. But you do get a remember the bubble gum thing? These things lithium, when lithium leaks out of a battery, lithium smells like bubble gum.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, so I actually checked these batteries to see if any of them were leaking. All right. What else do we have here? I think that's it for like mouse related stuff. We can go into other personal ramblings. We're at an hour 20 right now, so we can fluff it a bit more if you got anything to talk about, like how's your week been? Weekend plans, work, weather, family events, holiday celebrations, accomplishments. How's your week
Not
been,
much.
Dad?
And struggle bus, as always. Just family and work and everything.
Okay. Not really a whole lot to share.
Toddler life, basically. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
They crazy.
I guess I had, let's see, what do I have? I did have like a minor discussion question. So I mentioned on the podcast a while back, I do like these volunteer opportunities to local schools where I talk about careers in like my like career day type things. I'm a mechanical engineer, so I talk about that. So the discussion question though is, oh, this was kind of funny too. This was the worksheet that they actually emailed us. I had my contact email us the worksheet that the kids would have so that I could make
Nice.
sure I address that. Because what happens is you give this awesome presentation and then as it's coming to a close, everyone's hands go up and they keep asking you the same questions. Oh, you'll answer what skills are needed for the job. You'll answer that like 4 times because, they're not all paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to address it outright, I was like literally, guys, you have worksheets, right? Okay. Question 1, what skills are needed for the job? You have to be good at problem solving, Anyway, the discussion topic I had here where I should go find some like Maddie OW to watch is how did you find out your career path? Like how did you find out that it was what you wanted to do?
I don't know. Is it what I want to do? Who knows? We're
Oh,
pretty deep into it at this point.
oh,
I can tell you how I got into it. I
sure.
was like a nerd who played games and like computers. So I was like, sure, I'll do computer science. And I went into computer science with zero experience and almost quit my first year because it was so out there and different from what I knew.
Hmm.
And then
From what
first year
you
of my
knew?
job, I just didn't know anything about it, rather. Like,
Okay.
I'd never done a shred of the lick of programming going into college. So it was a little bit shell shock.
Okay.
First year of couple years of my job, like, kind of deadbeat manager, zero feedback. Like, do I suck at this? Maybe. I don't know.
Hmm.
And then eventually it just kind of clicked. So,
Clicked. So you
yeah.
would say it does. You feel much better about it now than you did starting out.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I know that I'm very good at it. And I mean, now I'm a people leader, so it's different. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like relearning a new job, sort of.
So, are there other industries or other career paths that you kind of, look at and you're like, huh, I wonder if the grass is greener over there? Even if it's like a totally different shakeup. I mean, this is way outside software development, even.
I mean, I would have loved to play sports professionally, but that's just like a pipe dream. Like, 'cause I'm so into sports. I mean, something like YouTube or streaming would have been something else I would have considered, but like, I don't know if
Okay,
that's really as
really?
glorious as it seems. I don't think it is. So,
Yeah, I don't think being a YouTuber is as glorious as it seems, at least this day and age. I mean, the
yeah.
term influencer, pick your platform of choice. It's a lot of work. The reason why you're up against people who are really passionate. And I don't want to say up against like it's all competition, but to some extent there is competition because there's only so many eyeballs and so much time in a day. And if your
Mhm.
content isn't more compelling than the next guy's, they're gonna watch the other person's. So I do agree with that. But more
So,
importantly,
to answer your question, realistically, no.
you know,
Not really
well,
considered much else.
playing sports competitively is interesting. I mean, shoot, dude, half the guys that I know who are really into football are not in any sort of shape to play football.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I would have been snapped in half in like a second, probably. So I played a
Yeah.
lot of baseball as a kid, but
Well, I'm
that was
that's
fine.
sorry.
But
The
yeah.
people who all the people in my life who are really into professional sports are not like professional athletes
Oh, right.
themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Hardly even like backyard interest. So then it for me it kind of irks me because it's just is another like version of tribalism, picking a
Yeah.
team to for the sake of picking a team and being on picking a side. I don't know. I have a lot more respect if you're really into if you're really into watching a sport, but like you actually have played that sport, because it's so easy to have your beer drinking uncle sitting on the couch on Thanksgiving Day being like, "Oh, I can't believe he missed that pass," and it's like, dude, strap all that gear to you, all that face mask and everything, and don't be up at this bird's eye view of the field and have to make a decision right then and there. Like you don't realize it, but these guys have insane reaction times, insane coordination, insane practice routines that you don't see. You can't see. And the fact that like you can't even comprehend it. To me, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little irked about this. I don't know, it's like sort of disrespectful in a way. But then again, I don't want to put professional athletes on a pedestal because not all of them are good people. So
Yeah, it's not like all fun and games for them. It's a job, and you have to like be insane about your diet and your workout routine, and
yeah,
just even the mental aspect of learning like a playbook, for example, and all the ins and outs if you want to be at the top.
yeah.
But whenever I complain about like athletes like missing a play or something, I do give the disclaimer like, and I suck and would be nowhere near as good. However, counter argument, they are supposed to be the absolute best in the world, and if they drop a routine pass, I will be pissed about it. So, and I'm very tribal about sports.
Okay.
The opposite. Can't be a view on this, but it doesn't really matter. So.
So I don't want to hijack this too much, but this is a YouTube channel that I love watching. They talk about MotoGP, this is like an
Yeah.
automotive channel. They talk about MotoGP, which is motorcycle racing. It's not so big here in the US, bigger in like Europe, but it's like the top. It's like Formula One, but for motorcycles, so it's the top echelon of racing. So he interviewed a bunch of people at different stages of like to get to MotoGP, you have to be really good at all these different divisions and classes and world competitions before you can actually reach MotoGP. He interviewed a guy who is like a MotoGP2 or whatever. It's like the step below MotoGP. So this guy's a professional athlete, okay? He is paid to travel around, and this isn't him. Maybe it is. I don't know. Paid to travel around. But they did, I'm trying to find it. Oh, yeah. He did a workout routine. So this guy here is the YouTuber, and then this is the motorcycle rider. So he did his routine for working out and for dynamic stretching and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Wow, this is intense." And he's like, "How often do you do this?" And he's like, "Oh, 3 or 4 times a week." And with the other days and other times of the day being saturated with other types of physical activity. And the part that really hit home with me was then they went out to a local like go-kart track, not a high-end event or anything. They were going to go and get some lap times and kind of compare a professional versus a amateur who has been riding bikes all of his life but isn't a professional. Here they are doing jumping jacks because he was like, "Wait, we're really going to do jumping jacks?" And he's like, "Yeah, I have a whole routine that I do." He's like, "Even though we're just at a go-kart track, yeah, they do jumping jacks, they do dynamic stretching, they do even 5 minutes of meditation." And judge what you want. The point is, when you are a professional athlete, there's routine to what you do. It's no different than when guys are going to shoot a free throw in basketball. They do, bounce, bounce, spin, bounce, bounce. Volleyball servers, they have a routine that they do. There's, yeah, getting into the right headspace, conditioning. It's more than what people think. Yeah.
Sorry, I like spaced out. I was trying to come up with how to say this, but yeah, I mean, even like for golf, for example, like the worst player on like the lowest tour is a billion times better than you'll ever be.
Yeah. And that was so.
They're all so good at it. Also, every single stretch in like flight magic he was doing there is exactly what I did when I was a PT. So
Really?
it's so
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, I need to do that again.
So this video actually starts out. You guys should go check out Big Time if you think this is your cup of tea. It actually starts out. He goes to, you know how I mentioned different like different leagues and stuff that you do. So he starts out racing like 10-year-olds. I'm not even kidding. These kids are 10 years old. They smoked him. This is a guy
Okay.
who, again, he's just like a YouTuber, but he's been riding dirt bikes since he was like their age, okay? And he has like a ton of motorcycles and stuff. So he's, if he was like, you are my friend, he would be, oh yeah, he knows more about motorcycles than, you know, any of us. But here he is racing against 11-year-old kids and getting smoked by like, not just like close, but like absolutely smoked. So yeah, just to say that it's, yeah, people think you're hot shit until you actually get out of your small little pond.
Hmm.
Yeah. I know for like my career. Oh, so I was, yeah, so okay, athlete, is there, what would, if I were to ask the same question to myself, what would I do? I do know, so I've always been into engineering. Can I go put on some like clickbaity thing to watch? Can we look at, let's watch some like Lego build time lapse because I loved Legos as a kid. And that is, ooh, Lego Titanic. My a director at my work actually has this set.
Nice.
Okay, let's just, can we get to the time lapse? Sure. I've always been into like building and designing stuff, so engineering came really naturally to me. I mean, even when I was a little kid, even my parents talked about, dude, I rode the short bus when I was a little kid because I didn't speak until like, I want to say like 4 years old. So my parents thought there was something wrong with me. Apparently, it's something with a lot of kids like that have late speech tend to be more like logic oriented or something. I don't, whatever. So I thought this was pretty easy for me. I do have a little bit of fascination with the food and beverage industry. I
Oh,
haven't worked in that. I worked in automotive. I worked in other manufacturing processes. I worked in clean energy. And clean energy is fun because you kind of feel like you're making a difference. Automotive is cool if you're into cars and stuff. And like other manufacturing, it's like cool to talk. You know, I went and talked at school about different manufacturing processes, how like the mice that we have are like injection molded and stuff, and I can talk for days about that. But food and beverage, I think, is an interesting one because it's something we all interact with. Like if you get a job at Kraft Heinz, you can literally talk to anyone as young as, you know, 5-year-old about Kraft mac and cheese to much older people because it's so relatable. That and just like having an inside scoop on the industry would be cool. I remember working with, I might have told this story, working with a guy who used to work at Aunt Millie's and then he was working at a high pressure die casting plant. He was my point of contact. And I remember we were sitting around the lunchroom chit chatting because I was on the job site with him and I was like, so Aunt Millie's, would you eat it? And he was like, yeah, yeah, it's good bread. I'd eat it. So, I don't know, it was like, you know, this is a guy who used to like literally work, you know, not just like work in a cubicle, but like actually work on the production lines. Yeah, I'd eat the bread.
it's the bread we buy. Nice.
Yeah, that's a good, yeah, right. That's a good testimony. So,
Fun story. I used to buy Meyer bread, and then it went to crap during COVID. Never recovered.
yeah, rip. I know bread is one of those things. My wife's on a big kick right now with finding like local bakeries. I shouldn't be skipping through this. It's actually really cool. Finding local bakeries because she's like trying to find bread that has the fewest ingredients possible. She's like, yeah, bread shouldn't last 3 or 4 weeks outside, you know, just sitting in a bag. Like that's tons of preservatives
Yeah.
and stuff. I don't know much about nutrition. I'll eat whatever she buys. So 2 thumbs up. I'm glad you're keeping us healthy, hun. Um, but
I guess
yeah,
the more we talk about it, fitness like always intrigues me a bunch, and finance. Those are two industries I might have gone into. But
fitness and finance. Okay.
ironically, I work in finance indirectly, so
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's important that the even though your day to day might be a more leadership role or more programming role or whatever, if the product that you are developing is something that you can relate to, that means a lot. That's something I'm struggling with at my job right now. Man, I don't think any of my coworkers would ever watch this, but they are valuing me very, very highly. I just talked to a couple people today and they were like gushing over how much help I'm being. And the one guy, the director guy who has that Lego Titanic, was like, Eric, you're like one of the best designers we have and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I'm so sleepy. You have people who are so much more experienced than me. He's like, dude, you get it much more than other people. I was like, okay, well, thanks. And meanwhile, he's like, I hope you have a long career with us. And I'm thinking in my head, yeah, I love easy commute. I'm happy with my compensation. I'm happy with my work hours. Getting paid overtime is amazing coming from working at startups where you're just friggin' whipped for years at a time is like such a mental, positive mental space to be in. So I'm happy with all that, but the product I just don't care about. The technology hasn't changed in 40 years. I'm just
Right.
regurgitating things. So so the whole conversation I had with this director actually was, okay, when I was at a green energy startup, the chief technologist there, smartest guy I've ever talked to, he went and started an AI company. Let's keep watching. Dude, I want to keep watching how they build labs. Ooh, Millennium Falcon, sure. I hope we don't get
Nice.
copyright strike. Um, Smartest guy I've ever met. He went and started this AI company. This AI company is going to focus on procurement and quoting in manufacturing, right? So if you're going to come up with a mouse, right? There's going to be all sorts of things you have to procure. So the procurement might mean you go to one supplier for the skates, you go to another supplier for the switches, another supplier for the encoder, another supplier for the injection molding of the plastic shell, another supplier of to maybe that molding has to go get sent out for the coating on it. So there's all this procurement that you have to go through. You have to find different vendors. They have different prices. They have different reputations. They have different lead times. So using AI to kind of funnel this and uh, talking about this with him, and I don't know where I was going with any of this. Oh, well, anyway, I believe in like a lot of new technologies like this, and the company I'm at, not so much the company, the old people at the company I'm at, because they've been doing this thing for the same way for the past 40 years, they're resistive to that kind of change. I went and asked one of my
Oh,
coworkers today, I was like, so what do you think of, you know, I got to go I have this phone call with this AI a friend of mine to sort of brainstorm applications of AI, and he wants to pick my brain as working in manufacturing. What feature sets would I want? I asked this coworker, like, what would you want in AI to speed up your job? And he's just like, 50-year-old guy. He's like, I don't think AI could do my job. And I'm like, brother, I've been here 2 years, and like, what I have been doing for the past 2 weeks, AI could do. I'm
mhm.
I'm reconfiguring drawings in very minor ways. I'm taking old drawings. Oh, this new job is a little bit smaller vehicle, so we only need 2 of these widgets rather than 3, which means the flow rates go down. It's all parametric. It could all be algorithm driven. You could feed it a data set of your standardized drawings and have some math in the background for like flow rate calculations and stuff, and you could use AI to pump this stuff out. And this coworker of mine is saying, I think it's too complicated. I'm like, dude. And then the example he gives is like the 3 different conveyor systems that are used, and I'm like, okay, so we have 3 different, radio check boxes that you could be, and a web of dependencies after each of those. Like logically, you can do this. It's not custom one
It's
off.
just programming. It's so simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but I get, wanting to
Uh,
defend your job. Like I talked to the purchasing manager, and she was like, "So wait, this AI would replace my job?" I don't want to I don't want to talk about that with you, Eric. And I'm like, "No, no, no, it's not replacing your job. Like you are the only purchasing manager here out of this 100-person company. This would literally just make your job easier, and instead of you reaching out to and following up with all these procurement, all these purchasing people for, hey, when am I going to get that quote back, please? You would have AI do this for you. So then you can divert your attention elsewhere.
yeah.
For like quoting, the quoting's a numbers game. For every 10 quotes we send out, we only get 1 PO back. But the more quotes you send out, the more POs you will get back. So, I don't know, it's just, I don't know. AI and just embracing new things is, I guess, really important and staying flexible. I heard a quote the other day that was, you can't let your opinions become your personality. Because if your opinions, there's a point where you're going to be presented with new information. That new information might undermine one of your opinions. It could be something, a scientific discovery. It could be a new perspective that you hadn't considered. If you are so rigid in your personality, if you have associated your opinions into your personality, that means you're going to resist that input from other people, even if that's reality. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
agreed. No further comment.
yeah. So I just think like staying flexible and open-minded is world's fastest car, is really important. Yeah, don't get stagnant. Don't be afraid to learn new things, even if it's making you a little bit uncomfortable.
This is the third or fourth time I wanted to go on a political religious rant this entire podcast. Just gonna shut up.
Yeah, we'll avoid that. But
Uh,
yeah, I think just bottom line, you can talk in abstracts. Remaining flexible and open-minded is really important because not everyone is the same, and yeah, I guess reality is more personalized than what people think. Yeah.
yeah, it is important to just not let to an extent, your beliefs become part of your identity. Like, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Because as soon as those
there's some
beliefs
merit to certain
get
things, but
questioned, yeah. Like I know I struggle with, I've been accused of in the past, like, if you don't believe in something, you'll fall for anything. I think that's kind of a logical fallacy, but the point is to have some, I can't think of the word right now, some, to like stand behind something. I don't know. I've been accused of that. So anytime, you're a more like central leaning person, or, you know, you can be a pacifist. You can be accused of being kind of a pacifist, right? Instead of standing up for something. I don't know. I don't think being a pacifist is a bad thing. It just, as long as you enact change when needed. If it's forever just pacifism, rolling over, you know, turning the other cheek constantly, then yeah, that's a problem, because that means you can like let your loved ones down. You can lead to other people being hurt if you're not standing up for them. But I think there's also a strategy of like not immediately going headstrong into pushing for a conflict headstrong, because then that could just hurt more than it helps.
it's not going to help the other person be open and change their mind if you go in like that. Yeah, just stay informed and be prepared to give an informed opinion, but yeah, don't live and die by it.
Like, do you remember a long time ago you had a Twitter story video that went viral, the bike ride on the trail, and like the guy yelling at you or something like that?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about it?
Oh, I don't know. That just popped into my head as a, like, you could have just like walked up to the guy and just socked him in the face, right? Wanted to probably.
Yeah, it would have gone well for me. He was a big dude, but yeah.
Right.
He instead chose to hit my friend. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, DS.
He was just inflexible in his hatred for small kids darting across paths, which is completely uncontrollable.
Weird, dude.
I don't know.
And the guy was an older guy. Like, if you're a parent, you should get that. If you're a human being, you should get that. Wild, dude.
Yeah.
Like, as if being a parent isn't hard enough. Have some, like, empathy. Sympathy? Empathy. Shoot. Sympathy.
Something like that.
Yeah. Can we appreciate what this guy is building out of Legos? This is
I've become
wild.
distracted thoroughly by watching this. Yeah.
This is wild, guys. I don't know if it's like a fossilized structure, but he has
building Geonosis, so it says. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's sick.
Oh, dang. Star Wars nerds out there, Geonosis.
Star Wars. Yeah.
Holy crap. The amount of
really
planning.
hard. I debated really hard in my last video if I was going to say this isn't Star Wars or this isn't Tatooine.
Okay.
This is the mouse you're looking for. But
yeah, I got that reference. You did say something like that.
Yeah, I said this isn't Star Wars, but I wanted to say this isn't Tatooine, but that was more specific than some people might get. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe just drop it, and if you're quick enough, then people who don't get it, they continue listening.
Yeah.
You made the whole droid factory. This is insane, dude. So when I was a little kid, I actually got they had free software that was like Lego Brickmaster. Is that what it was called? Lego Brickmaster software. It was like 3D modeling software for oh wait, Brickmaster was the magazine. It was like this, so you could build your sets. So the great thing was you could then click, export, and you could export a bill of materials, basically a spreadsheet of all the quantities and pieces. So then you could go on the Lego website and order the pieces that you needed. Because you don't realize it, but dude, what this is here, this time lapse, we just see it as being constructed. There's a ton of planning. You think
Oh
Homeboy
yeah.
just has oh, maybe Homeboy does just have a million Legos, but there's a lot of planning and prep work that has to go out. Yeah, lots of yeah, the whole Droid Factory, bro. What a great not the best movie, but what a great reenactment. This is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I prefer Phantom Menace, I'll be honest.
Yeah, same.
Which is, I don't know, maybe controversial.
I don't know. There's parts of, are we gonna get more B? Oh yeah, he's going through B-roll here. Wild, dude. His little
That's so
fake
cool.
fire. That is so
Um,
cool.
yeah.
What do you do with this once you're done, dude?
Are you satisfied? Do you want more?
Well, this is
Is there
taking
a
up.
void he's
Look,
trying to fill? No.
he has a he has a curtain around the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like this is his. Okay, well, first of all, this is a full-time job for him. 600,000
How many subs?
subscribers.
Oh, sick. Nice.
Yeah, almost 2 million views on this video. Um,
Deservedly so.
right? Even the B-roll. Look at the depth of field on
Hmm.
the airship here. Like look at the depth of field in this shot. He has nice gear too. This is an insane amount of money in Legos too. Didn't know Lego is Danish? Wait, Danish for play well. It's literally what it translates to. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Play good. Play well. Okay.
Cool.
I think we're done with the episode, Dads. Okay. Thank you all for listening. If you like this podcast, subkidder conscribing
Subscribing. Yeah.
with or share it with your fellow mouse nerds. That's the best way to share the podcast, is to just kind of word of mouth it. If you have any discussion topic ideas, leave them in the comments below. We'll be back next Friday with another episode.
See ya.